The harsh realities of life after 60, a deep reflection for a meaningful journey. Welcome as you approach or surpass the age of 60. Life inevitably brings with it a set of challenges and realities that can be difficult to navigate. Many aspects of your life shift: your relationships, your health, your sense of purpose. But this phase of life also offers a unique opportunity for introspection, growth, and a deeper understanding of what truly matters. These truths I'll discuss are not meant to discourage or depress you, but to illuminate the path ahead with clarity and wisdom. Life after 60 can be just as rich, if not richer, than any other time in your life. But it requires that you face reality head-on and embrace this next chapter with honesty, grace, and an open heart. Before we get started, I'd really appreciate it if you could give this video a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, I highly recommend hitting the subscribe button and turning on the notification bell so you won't miss any of our future videos. 1. Your time is finite and it's priceless. The reality is this: the time you have left is less than the time you've already spent. If you're in your 60s or beyond, you've probably lived through around 90% of your days. That's a sobering thought, but it's not meant to induce fear. It's meant to make you appreciate the value of every single moment from here on out. Many people reach their later years filled with regret for time wasted on distractions or trivial concerns, only to find themselves wishing they had more time left to live meaningfully. If there's one universal truth about aging, it's that time becomes your most valuable resource. Every day counts. You might remember the countless hours you spent worrying about things that, in retrospect, didn't matter. The arguments, the stress about work, the focus on acquiring more things. All of these pale in comparison to the simple joys that you may have overlooked. Now is the time to focus on what really matters: experiences, relationships, and your personal sense of fulfillment. Think of time as an investment. Instead of dwelling on the past, choose to invest your remaining days in activities that bring you joy and peace. Whether that's spending more time with family, pursuing long-neglected hobbies, or traveling to places you've always dreamed of visiting. Make your time work for you. You may not have control over how much time you have left, but you do have control over how you spend it. 2. Stop earning. Start spending on yourself. For years, perhaps decades, your life revolved around earning. You worked hard to save for retirement, to build a financial cushion for the future. Now that the future has arrived, it's time to shift your mindset from accumulation to enjoyment. What good is a substantial bank account if you never get the chance to enjoy the fruits of your labor? Too many people continue to hoard their wealth out of habit or fear, only to pass away with money left unspent, money that will go to others who may not even appreciate the sacrifices made to earn it. This isn't a call for reckless spending, but rather an encouragement to spend intentionally on the things that bring you joy. If there's a trip you've always wanted to take, a hobby you've always wanted to pursue, or even a luxury item you've longed for but never indulged in, now is the time. After all, you can't take your money with you, and you certainly don't want to leave it behind for others to divide up or argue over. Also, consider this: if there are loved ones you wish to help financially, do it while you're still alive. The joy of seeing your generosity change someone's life, whether it's a grandchild's college fund or helping a friend in need, is far greater than leaving it in a will. You worked hard for your money, and it should benefit you and those you care about most on your terms while you can witness the impact. 3. Let go of your career identity. Your career likely played a significant role in defining who you were for a large portion of your life. It was how you introduced yourself, what you talked about at social gatherings, and perhaps even where you derived your sense of self-worth. But now, retirement has arrived, and clinging to your past professional life will only hold you back from discovering new aspects of yourself. The harsh truth is that your family and friends aren't particularly interested in your old work stories anymore. They're more interested in who you are now, what you're passionate about, what you love, and how you spend your time. It's important to recognize that your worth is not tied to your job. Your life is not defined by the hours you clocked in or the projects you completed. The world moves on, and so must you. This can be an opportunity to explore aspects of yourself that you may have neglected during your working years. Maybe you always wanted to write, paint, or play a musical instrument, but never had the time. Now is the perfect moment to redefine yourself outside of your career. Letting go of your past identity can be freeing. It's a chance to focus on who you are at your core, not what you did to earn a paycheck. Retirement can be a renaissance of sorts, where you return to your true self, liberated from the pressures of the professional world. 4. You can still find the love of your life, but first become the partner you want. Love doesn't have an expiration date, and even in your 60s, 70s, or beyond, it's possible to find deep, meaningful relationships. But to do so, you must first take a look inward. If you've been carrying baggage from past relationships, unhealed wounds, or unresolved resentments, it will be difficult to attract the kind of love you deserve. The most important relationship you have is the one you have with yourself. If you want to find someone who is kind, compassionate, and healthy, you need to embody those qualities as well. It's never too late to improve yourself, physically or emotionally. Taking care of your health, working through old hurts, and cultivating a positive outlook on life are all essential steps toward finding love. And don't think that just because you're older, you have to settle for less than what you want. Age should never be a barrier to a vibrant, loving relationship. In fact, love in later life can be more fulfilling because it's grounded in mutual respect, understanding, and shared experiences. Remember, too, that relationships at this stage of life may look different from those in your younger years. They may be less about intense passion and more about companionship, trust, and shared goals. But that doesn't make them any less valuable. If anything, the wisdom you've gained over the years makes these relationships even more precious. Whether you're seeking a new partner or nurturing an existing relationship, invest in becoming the kind of person you'd want to be with. 5. Your health will decline, but you can still fight back. As much as we'd all love to believe that age is just a number, the reality is that your body will inevitably begin to show signs of wear. Aches, pains, stiffness, and fatigue become more frequent companions. But while you may not be able to stop the aging process, you can certainly slow it down and maintain a high quality of life for as long as possible. Taking care of your health now becomes more important than ever. Regular exercise, even if it's just a daily walk, can work wonders for your physical and mental well-being. Eating a balanced, nutritious diet and staying hydrated can help stave off many of the chronic conditions that tend to creep up in later life, like heart disease, diabetes, and arthritis. It's also crucial to stay proactive about your health care. Regular checkups, managing medications, and being aware of your body's signals can make all the difference. But don't forget about your mental and emotional health. Aging can bring with it feelings of loneliness, depression, or a sense of purposelessness, especially if your social circle is shrinking or you've lost loved ones. Stay mentally active by engaging in activities that stimulate your brain, such as puzzles, reading, or learning something new. It's never too late to pick up a new skill or hobby, and doing so can help keep your mind sharp and your spirit youthful. Health isn't just about avoiding illness. It's about making the most of the time you have left. With the right mindset and habits, you can continue to live a full, active life, even as your body ages. 6. Your circle of friends will shrink, but deep connections matter more. As you age, it's a natural part of life that your social circle will begin to shrink. Friends and family members move away, grow apart, or pass on. This can be one of the most painful aspects of growing older, especially as you find yourself missing the people who were once closest to you. But there's a silver lining. As your circle becomes smaller, the connections that remain can grow deeper and more meaningful. Rather than lamenting the loss of acquaintances, focus on cultivating the relationships that truly matter. These are the people who stand by you through thick and thin, who share your values and your sense of humor, and who understand the unique challenges of aging. Surround yourself with these individuals and invest your time and energy into those connections. At this stage in life, you may also find yourself making new friends in unexpected places. Whether it's through a hobby, a community group, or even an online forum. There are plenty of ways to meet like-minded people who are going through similar life experiences. Be open to these new friendships. They can bring fresh energy into your life and remind you that it's never too late to form meaningful connections. 7. Stop caring what others think. It's time to be unapologetically you. One of the greatest gifts of aging is the freedom that comes from no longer caring what others think of you. When you're younger, much of your life is spent trying to fit in, please others, or meet society's expectations. But by the time you reach your 60s, you've earned the right to live life on your own terms. This is your time to be unapologetically yourself, whether that means pursuing a passion you've always been too scared to follow, expressing your opinions more openly, or simply dressing the way you like without worrying about what's in style. Now is the time to embrace your authentic self. The truth is, most people are too caught up in their own lives to scrutinize yours. And even if they do, their opinions hold little weight in the grand scheme of things. This sense of freedom doesn't mean becoming reckless or inconsiderate, but it does mean letting go of the fear of judgment. If you've always wanted to write a book, start painting, or take a dance class, do it now. If you have opinions that don't align with the people around you, speak them anyway. The more you live in alignment with your true self, the more peace and satisfaction you'll find in these later years. 8. Possessions are just stuff. Don't let them define you. Over the years, you've likely accumulated a house full of possessions. Things that hold sentimental value. Things you worked hard to acquire. Or things that symbolized success at different points in your life. But as you grow older, it becomes clear that possessions are just things. They don't define you, and they certainly won't bring you lasting happiness or fulfillment. In fact, you may find that your family doesn't value your possessions the way you do. The antique furniture, the collection of books, the carefully chosen artwork. They might not fit into their lives or their sense of style. This can be difficult to accept, especially if those items carry deep personal significance for you. But at the end of the day, possessions are just that, objects. What matters more are the memories attached to them, the experiences they represent, and the relationships you built along the way. Now might be the time to begin decluttering, not just to simplify your living space, but to free yourself from the weight of material things. Letting go of objects can be a liberating experience, allowing you to focus more on what truly matters: people, experiences, and living life fully in the present moment. 9. Embrace sleep over old desires. A new kind of comfort awaits. As we age, our bodies change in more ways than one. One of the less discussed aspects of growing older is that certain desires that once consumed you, such as sexual drive, may begin to fade. While this might be difficult to accept at first, it doesn't have to be seen as a loss. Instead, think of it as an opportunity to discover new forms of comfort and intimacy. For many older adults, sleep becomes a far more precious commodity than it ever was in youth. A full night's rest, free from aches and pains, can feel like a luxury. You may find yourself craving rest and relaxation more than the intense passions of your younger years, and that's okay. Aging is about transitioning into a new stage of life, and with it comes new priorities. This isn't to say that intimacy and closeness with a partner are no longer important. They certainly are. But intimacy may take on a different form. It might be about the comfort of holding hands, sharing quiet moments together, or simply being in each other's company. Don't view the shift in desires as a loss, but as a natural progression toward a deeper, more peaceful connection with your body and your partner. 10. Forgive, but don't forget. Boundaries are still important. One of the most valuable lessons you can learn as you age is the power of forgiveness. Holding on to grudges only weighs you down and keeps you stuck in the past. As the years go by, you may find that some of the old hurts and resentments you once clung to no longer matter as much. Forgiving those who have wronged you, whether it's a family member, a former friend, or even yourself, can be an incredibly liberating experience. However, forgiveness doesn't mean you have to forget what happened. It doesn't mean you have to let people back into your life if they've proven themselves to be toxic or harmful. Forgiveness is about freeing yourself from the anger or pain that others have caused you, but it doesn't require you to give them another chance to hurt you. Boundaries are still important, especially as you grow older. In fact, maintaining healthy boundaries becomes even more crucial in later life as your energy and time become more precious. You can forgive someone, and still choose to keep them at a distance. Forgiveness is about letting go of the emotional burden, not about inviting negativity back into your life. Protect your peace, and only allow people into your life who respect your boundaries and treat you with kindness. 11. Stop saying, "I'm too old." Change your language. Change your life. The words you use have incredible power over your mindset and ultimately your life. One of the biggest mental traps that older adults fall into is saying, "I'm too old for that." Whether it's trying a new activity, learning a new skill, or even making a change in your personal life. Telling yourself that you're too old creates a mental barrier that's hard to overcome. Instead, change your language. Rather than saying, "I'm too old," say, "I don't want to," or "I'm not interested." This subtle shift in language makes all the difference. It places the power back in your hands, turning the decision into a matter of choice rather than capability. You may not be able to do certain things with the same energy or stamina you once had, but that doesn't mean you're incapable of trying new things. Age is not an automatic disqualification from living a full, vibrant life. You are not too old to travel, learn, make new friends, or fall in love. By changing the way you talk to yourself, you change the way you see yourself, and that can open up a world of possibilities. 12. You'll develop a superpower, seeing through people's nonsense. With age comes wisdom, and one of the gifts of growing older is the ability to see through the facades that people often present. When you're younger, it's easy to get caught up in appearances, to be fooled by charm or surface-level charisma. But as you accumulate life experience, you develop a finely tuned sense of discernment that allows you to cut through the nonsense. You've seen enough of life to recognize when someone is being dishonest or manipulative. You've learned to trust your instincts, and you no longer feel the need to tolerate people who don't bring value or positivity into your life. This is a powerful gift, one that allows you to protect your energy and focus on relationships that are genuine and fulfilling. However, with this gift comes a responsibility to use it wisely. Just because you can see through people's pretenses doesn't mean you should become cynical or dismissive. Instead, use your insight to cultivate meaningful connections with those who are authentic and sincere. Surround yourself with people who are honest, kind, and aligned with your values, and let go of those who drain your energy or bring negativity into your life. 13. Confidence comes from overcoming, not success. Real confidence doesn't come from how many successes you've had in life. It comes from how well you've learned to overcome failure and setbacks. By the time you reach your 60s or 70s, you've likely experienced your fair share of both triumphs and disappointments. But what truly shapes you isn't the number of wins, but how you've handled the losses. Each time you faced adversity and found a way to move forward, you built resilience. Each time you fell and got back up, you became stronger. This is the essence of confidence, not an unshakable belief that you'll always succeed, but a deep understanding that you can handle whatever life throws your way. As you look back on your life, take pride not just in your accomplishments, but in your ability to persevere through the hard times. This is the kind of confidence that carries you through your later years. Not a boastful ego, but a quiet, unshakable strength that comes from knowing you can endure. 14. It's never too late to change. Your life is still yours to shape. One of the biggest misconceptions about age is that change is only for the young. The truth is, it's never too late to make a change. Whether it's improving your health, pursuing a new passion, or transforming your relationships. As long as you're still alive, you have the ability to shape your life and create the future you want. This might mean something as simple as starting a new hobby, or as profound as reconciling with a family member. It could mean taking better care of your body, changing your diet, or committing to regular exercise. Or perhaps it's a spiritual or emotional shift, letting go of past hurts and embracing a more positive, peaceful outlook on life. Whatever the change may be, the important thing is to remember that you are not stuck. Just because you've reached a certain age doesn't mean you've reached the end of personal growth. In fact, the wisdom and perspective you've gained over the years make you uniquely equipped to make the kinds of changes that can bring true fulfillment and happiness. 15. Treat yourself with respect. You set the standard for others. If you want others to treat you with respect, you must first treat yourself with respect. This doesn't just mean demanding respect from others. It means living in a way that reflects your own sense of self-worth. As you grow older, it's easy to feel overlooked or undervalued. But the truth is that you teach others how to treat you by the way you treat yourself. Take care of your body, your mind, and your spirit. Set boundaries with people who drain your energy or disrespect you. Speak kindly to yourself, and don't tolerate negative self-talk. Remember, you've lived a full life. You've earned the right to demand respect from those around you, but that starts with respecting yourself. When you carry yourself with dignity and self-respect, others will naturally follow suit. You set the standard for how you're treated, and it's never too late to raise that standard. Conclusion: embrace this chapter with purpose and joy. Aging is not the end. It's the beginning of a new chapter, one that can be filled with meaning, joy, and growth, if you approach it with the right mindset. Yes, there are challenges, but there are also opportunities to live more authentically, to connect more deeply with loved ones, and to pursue the things that truly matter to you. The time is now to focus on what brings you fulfillment, to embrace your remaining years with purpose and intention, and to live a life free from regrets. You've earned this, and there's no better time than today to start. Thank you for watching the entire video. If you find these stories inspiring and motivating, please comment 1. If not, comment 0. Your feedback means a lot to us. Thank you for your valuable time.